Guys, Miss P here today. Today we are going to continue with simplifying radicals, but fun part, we're going to do numbers with variables. So the first example I'm going to do is example 1. We're going to do the square root of 44 a squared b5. Alright guys, so we're going to do this kind of just like we've been doing. We're going to do our numbers separate and our variables separate, and then we're going to put them together. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 44 and we are going to prime factor it. Okay, remember your prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Alright, so what one of these numbers goes into here? It's even, so I'm going to do 2. 44 divided by 2 gives me 22. Now, what goes into 22? 2. So even again, which gives me 11. Now, what do we know about 11? 11 is prime, so the only thing that goes into 11 is 11, which gives us a 1 left over. That means our match are the 2's that are going to come out, and the 11 will stay in. Okay? Now we're going to do our variables. I have 2 A's, and I have 5 B's. I am going to circle pairs. Those 2 A's go together, those 2 B's go together, these 2 B's go together, but this stays. Okay? So I'm going to write everything that I circled that comes out is going to be outside of my radicand. This is your radicand. All right, we took out a 2. That's all we took out from my number. We took out how many groups of A's? Guys, just 1. So A. How many groups of B's? 1, 2. So B squared. Then we're going to do our radical. What stays in? 11 and B. We are done. That is our answer. That's supposed to be a B, sorry. That's our answer. Might seem a little, crazy right now, but hopefully since we took 2 weeks going slowly on both, it won't be that hard to put them together. If you were going to do it the other way, guys, you have an invisible 2 here, right? How many times does 2 go into 2? 1 time, with none left over, which is why there's no A. How many times does 2 go into 5? Twice, which is 4, 1 left over. You could put B to the first if you wanted to. That would be okay. All right, so that's example 1. We're going to go on. All right, example 2. Okay, let's look at this. We are going to go with square root of 180 x3 y4 z. All right. So guys, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 180. Even, guys. I'm going to go with 2. Gives me 90. Also even. I'm going to give it a 2. 45. 45 is not even. But 45 ends with a 5, so I'm going to do a 5 into it. Which gives me 9. 9's not even, but 3 goes into it, which gives me 3, 3, and 1. All right, so let's look here. What are our matches? These 2's are a match. They're going to come out. These 3's are a match. They're going to come out. That's going to stay inside. All right, guys, so what came out was a 2 and a 3, so we have to multiply them by each other, which is 6. So a 6 is going to come out, and your 5 right here will stay in. All right, now we're going to do our variables. We have 3 x's, 4 y's, and 1 z. And guys, remember there's an invisible 2 here, so we're looking for groups of 2. That's a group that's left over. That's a group, that's a group, no y's left over. This z doesn't have a match, so it's going to stay. All right, now we're just going to write out our answer. What did we take out? Remember, we took out this 2 and a 3, which became 6. So a 6 comes out. Now look at your variables. One group of x, so x to the first. How many groups of y's? 2, so y squared. And no groups of z's. So we're going to finish off our radical. And we're going to put inside what was left. We couldn't do anything with that 5, so that 5 is going to stay inside. And then an x and a z. We're done. All right, guys, if you wanted to do it the other way, remember there's a 2 here. How many times does 2 go into 3? Once, with 1 left over. How many times does 2 go into 4? Twice, with 0 left over. How many times does 2 go into 1? It can't, which is why z to the first stays. Awesome. Try another. Okay. Let's go with the square root. This is example 3. Okay, square root of 32 x5 y3 z8. Whoop. All right. First thing we're going to do, guys, break down your 32. 32 is even. I want to put 2 into it. 32 divided by 2 gives us 16. 16 is also even, so I'm going to do 2. 16 divided by 2 gives me 8, which is also even, so I'm going to divide it by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, which is also even, so I'm going to divide it by 2, which gives me 2, and the only thing that goes into 2 is 2, which gives me 1. All right, guys, that's a lot of 2's. But who cares? We're not afraid, right? No, we're not. Those 2 go together. These 2 go together. And this one doesn't have a match. So a 2 comes out and a 2 comes out. So you would do 2 times 2, which equals 4. So altogether, you're taking out a 4. Okay. Now let's look at our variables. We have 5 x's, 3 y's, and 8 z's. Now, do you see how when you get to higher numbers of variables, it gets a little more obnoxious to write? That's why sometimes the other way is a little bit easier. But that's okay. We're going to do both ways. All right. Looking for pairs of 2. Those 2 go together. Those 2 go together. That stays. Those 2 go together. That stays. Together, 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 together. Nothing left over. All right. So, what did we take out originally? We took out a 4, which is going to come out. Then we're going to look at our variables. How many groups of x's? 2, so x squared. How many groups of y's? Just 1. So I'm going to put my y here. How many groups of z's? We have 4. So z to the 4th. Then I'm going to do my radical. Okay. And what do we get? Left over here is a 2 that we didn't do anything with. Right over here. Okay, so that 2 is going to go under here. And then we're just going to put inside this x up here and that y up there that we're not put anywhere. So xy. That's our answer. And if we were going to do it the other way, remember there's a little 2 there. How many times does 2 go into 5? Well, it goes in twice with 1 left over. How many times does 2 go into 3? Once with 1 left over. How many times does 2 go into 8? 4 times. All right. Woo, having fun. All right, guys, we're going to do one more example. All right, guys, now left for example 4, which we are going to do the cube root of 72, x4, y5. Let's go with z squared. All right, guys, so first we're going to break down 72. It's even, so I'm going to do 2. 72 divided by 2 gives me 36. Also even, so I'm going to do 2. 36 divided by 2 gives me 18. Also even, so I'm going to do 2. 18 divided by 2 gives me 9, which is not even, but 3 goes into it. So I'm going to do 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. The only thing that goes into 3 is 3, which gives me a 1 left over. Now, guys, remember, we are not looking for pairs. We are looking for groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3. Those will come out. Now, I only have 2 3s, so both of these are going to stay in. Now, 3 times 3 is 9, so that means a 9 is staying in and a 2 is coming out. All right? So let's look at our variables now. We have 4 x's. We have 5 y's. And we have 2 z's. Now, we need groups of 3, right? Groups of 3. Here's a group that's left over. Here's a group that's left over. There's only 2 z's, so they're going to stay inside. All right, everything I circled is going to come out. So we got a 2 that came out. All right, one group of x's, so x to the first, one group of y's, so y to the first. Then we're going to make our cubed root. Don't forget your 3, guys. That's very important. It seems like most of you, if any of you got stuff off on the quiz or the review or anything, it's because you forgot your tiny 3, but don't forget that. All right, so what was left inside was this 3 and this 3, which we multiplied together to get that 9. So 9's going to go inside. We have 1 x left over, 2 y's, and 2 z's. That is our answer. Done. I know it looks kind of crazy, but not too hard. So think about it this way, guys. If we look at our 3, how many times does 3 go into 4? Once, with 1 left over. How many times does 3 go into 5? Once, but 2 left over this time. And how many times does 3 go into 2? It can't, so you keep the 2 and nothing comes out. All right, guys, that's it for our lesson today. Hopefully, we've been going slow enough that you guys don't feel overwhelmed. Hope you guys are having a good day, are doing well. Miss you and hope to see you guys soon. Bye.